Rizwan from CyberTech Lighting. It's August 25th, 2021. What I wanted to do was to show you how we wire a new product of ours. This is a battery backup wall pack. Our model number is LWP12BZACMEM STD 850. So this is a daylight view version. It is for outdoor wet location. It's an emergency 120/277 volt input, 1000 lumens at 12 watts. When it runs on emergency, it runs on 4.8 watts at 433 lumens. So I'm just going to really quickly show you how it's wired. That's the main thing. Here's your instruction sheet. There's two ways to do this, and one way is that if you want it with a wall switch or a timer, you're going to wire, and you're going to take this jumper out, and then you're going to wire just without the jumper, and you're going to switch the switch from photocell to manual switch. There is also a photocell method, so you leave that jumper in and you make sure that the switch is on the photocell switch. So here I'm going to really quickly go through it. This is a unit. I've already opened it. There's one screw on the top here. This is where the photocell is, right next to the photocell. You unscrew that, and basically it snaps right off. It's just got spring clips. You've got some wedges here, left and right, and I've already actually left it open. So your unit is going to look like this. This is your battery with a plug. I've actually brought in power with a cord, and this is going to be important. We're going to have neutral and line properly connected. Neutral is where it uses to sense that there is still power. So you're going to have to make sure you don't crisscross neutral and line, especially if you're here. And for this purpose, I'm using a cord. But of course, when you're on the wall, it shouldn't be a problem. You're going to install this unit either from the back, or you're going to take off this this knockout and come from here. I've taken it out, put my cord in just for the example that we're doing. So here I've wired the neutral and the line. Again, being careful that the cord wider blade is where the neutral is. And so I'm going to set it to do it off the wall switch and on the photocell. I'm going to switch this switch, and I'm going to take this jumper off, number 1 and 2. That's where you can see it on the instruction sheet. You basically take that jumper right out. I'm going to unhook that jumper. I'm going to put the jumper on the side. This is the battery. I'm going to plug the battery in. And to disconnect the battery, if your unit is off, the first time it lights up, then it'll click onto the battery once power is not there. So to take it off, you just unplug it. I'm going to put these wires back in, and I'm going to snap the unit on. Make sure that I have it on the wall switch. That's what we're going to use, this switch on the cord as a wall switch. And we're going to snap this back together. When you snap it back together, these pins connect here, and they connect to the circuit board there. And put it right over it carefully and snap it right in. You're going to put that screw back on if you're installing it. For this purpose, I'm going to leave it open, and I'm going to plug this unit in. Now that I've plugged it in, the power is flowing to this, and I'm using it off the wall switch or a timer switch or something. So this will act as a switch. I'm going to turn it on, off. As you can see, the indicator light is on, and if you want to test it, basically press the switch. It's a self-diagnosing, so it will test itself. Now, I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to leave it on, and I'm going to unplug this unit. Now that I unplugged it, it basically is running off of battery power. I'm going to turn it back off, and I'm going to shut it down. So I'm going to shut it off, unplug it, it goes to battery power. Now, I'm going to show you how we're going to put it onto the photocell and how it's going to work. So once you basically wedge that, there's some wedges here where the spring clips are at. Just kind of unhook that side. There's a wedge there. Hook that. There's a spring clip in the front. And I'm going to unhook this, unconnect my battery so the power goes off. It resets the battery. I'm going to put this jumper right back in, 1 and 2. Make sure that the jumper is in nice and tight. If it isn't, it won't work properly. I put the jumper up high and then tighten it up. I'm going to put it back to photocell switch. The battery is in. Pop it back in. Now, what I'm going to do is, before I pop it in, I'm going to turn the switch on. So the power is running. Plug it in, so the power is on. And then I'm going to snap it, or it would have gone to battery backup. Once I snap it, if the power is coming, you'll see the test switch lit up. So maybe you have, okay, there, actually I had turned it off. So the power is now on. You can see the test switch is on. It's off, it's running off the photocell. Since it's bright in this room, it's not going to do it. I'm going to take this little knockout and I'm going to cover that photocell to make it darker. So now it's running off the photocell. Unhook it and it should turn off. It shuts off. So that's how it switches from photocell to regular wall switch. The instructions are there. It's pretty simple. And I think that pretty much does it. I thank you very much.